control for NASA's Deep Space Network. This is the hub of the largest, most sensitive scientific telecommunications network in the world. And what that means is this. This is called DSN Now, or Deep Space Network Now, or Eyes on DSN. And you can see this at home, on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, whatever you like. And each one of these dishes represents a real dish out in the world somewhere, and it's very much like the pulse. So we've got squiggles coming down, that's the craft talking to us. Squiggles going up, that's us talking to the craft. And the squigglier the lines are, the more data is being transferred. All right, now, these dishes are dishes. They are directional. Our communications, because our radio, we use radio to communicate with our craft, but because our craft are so far away, we need to have directional communication. We have to put a really high-powered transmitter in front of a dish to send a cone of communication out into space, or to catch the cone of communication coming from our craft. All right, let's see. What am I looking at? There we go. Ha. Excellent. All right. Now, at each station, we have 3 stations spread around the world. Each one has a 70-meter dish. And the smaller dishes are 34 meters. And the reason we have 3 stations spread around the world is because since these are all here in one location, this center line is Goldstone, California. Has anyone been to Barstow?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. All right. They are just north, about 40 minutes north at Fort Irwin. All right. And you've got Goldstone 14 on your badges. All right. So this is sending a cone of communication out into space, which means it's only going that way. And what's Earth doing? Rotating, exactly. So eventually, this dish will not be able to be pointed at Juno. It won't be able to be pointed at Jupiter. So our communications require line of sight. So you can really imagine drawing a line from that center dish, Goldstone 14 right there, out into space and flying 500 million miles out into space. You would get to Juno. All right. So line of sight means that we have to compensate for the spin of the Earth, which means we split the Earth into thirds. So we've got a cone of communications going out from Goldstone, a cone of communications going out from Madrid, a cone of communications going out from Canberra, Australia. 120 degrees to the east of California, Madrid, 120 degrees to the east, Canberra, 120 degrees to the east brings you back to California, which means that we can pass communications from one area to the next, one array to the next, because for a while there's a moment when, let's see, like here, we've got Mars in the sky above California. This dish is aimed at Mars Odyssey. It's carrying communications for Mars Odyssey and probably Mars Science Laboratory, which is Curiosity's real name. And we can see that we've got Mars Odyssey on this dish as well, because Mars is setting for, it's inching toward the horizon for California, but it's rising for Canberra. And then there will be a time when Canberra and Madrid both have Mars in its sky. And then there will be a time when Madrid and California both have Mars in its sky. So we can pass communications like a baton in a race, which allows us to maintain constant communication with any of our craft, as long as that craft is on the Earth side of its planet. All right, we are one of 2 facilities around the world that can do this. We are the most powerful, and we are the dedicated one. The European Space Agency can cobble together full sky coverage. Well, we do it all day long. Literally, because we have no fewer than 5 people here at all times. Skeleton crew is 5 people, typical crew is 8 people. We have had that crew, we have been staffed constantly since 1964. This building has never had a day off.
Wow.
All right. So this you can see at home, Eyes on DSN. That center image with the dish is also part of the DSN Now. We don't have drones flying around our dishes, so instead we've got former video game designers that gave us these images. And so the angle of the dish is correct and the time of day is correct. It is, let's see, sunrise for Canberra 35. Yes. All right.